Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Full Force News Burst Live special with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80, brought to you by Generals Joe's REBORN.com. How's everyone doing? It seems like this is happening a lot, and we haven't even got to Sdcc yet, and already I'm exhausted, as you can see, sweating as well. It's been a day. It's been a long day, and that's why I'm going a little bit later today. So I only just got in. Yeah, it's been a tough day, is all I'll say on that one. But it's just character building, right? Exactly. So straight into the stream, we've had a second Haslab teaser posted today on the G.I. Joe and Hasbro Pulse socials. And we've got a bit of Sdcc, more details from Sdcc that I wanted to go through with you guys, courtesy of the good folks at Toy News International. Shout out to TNI and Jay at TNI. So yeah, we'll be getting into that in a little while as well. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's cool in the chat. How's everyone doing? Hello Rexship, hello Derek, hello David, hello Diecast Nick. Hello everyone. I'm sure there'll be a few more that join a bit later on. Hello Chris. Let me know how things are shaping up on this Wednesday for you. And we'll probably just get stuck straight into the news because there's, not a lot to. This is not going to be a long episode, okay? Rexship85 says it said Conquest. We'll get into that. Anyway, let's do it. Yes, like I said, two kind of news things really to discuss today. We've got the second Haslab teaser and more Sdcc details have been announced. And I'm just stealing TNI's Toy News International's article because it just makes things easier to go through. And we'll share screen and just look through the article together on that one because I haven't had enough time to kind of break it down and take screenshots and stuff. So we'll do it the easy way for tonight. Yeah, so I'll start with this teaser that's popped up. Bosch, we will conquer. Because Conquest and Conquer, that's too much of a stretch, in my opinion. But it does say on there, Mars Industries Funding Committee post July 25 to September 09. So we're going to get the 45-day treatment. As I think a few people were a bit concerned that it was going to be, shorter or whatever, but no, it's standard. It looks like everything's normal there, right? Although I will say, I don't really pay attention. I don't remember what the days were for the last two. But anyway, yeah, I don't think the Conquest and Conk has anything to do with anything there, Rexship. But yeah, it's another Cobra reference. We got Mars in the top left-hand corner because obviously they're responsible, it seems now, for every single vehicle that Cobra work on. So obviously they, weapons and weapons of war manufacture, aren't they? Basically, so that's what's happening. I found Retro Beachhead today, says Derek. So did I, but I ended up getting it. I went to a GameStop and ended up like. They just ordered them for me like I would do if I was online. It was so weird. But yeah, hopefully they'll be coming soon. The Rattler will fund fast, says 49. But I think, yeah, I mean, all hints point to Rattler, don't they? Even that cheeky little kind of like spoilerific post from Reddit the other day. I mean, it might be I still don't know. I'm holding on that for now, but I do feel like there might be some I think there might be something to that image that popped up the other day. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go check out the episode from yesterday where we kind of discussed it in more detail. I won't be discussing it today again. We're just really kind of going through this particular thing. So anyway, we knew that it was going to be on the 25th of July, but they're giving us the full breadth of the campaign dates on this one, which is kind of cool. So we do get a little bit of information on this one. Baroness is on there. I don't think that really necessarily means anything. I just think they're main characters to kind of do these really awesome, I have to say, print posters sort of thing, kind of propaganda, old school propaganda posters, and I think they work really well. So you've got the I Want You, which has kind of been turned into like the Uncle Sam has been turned into the Cobra Commander. and is this the Rosie the Riveter sort of situation as well with Baroness? Got a lot of vibes of that Rosie propaganda poster, hasn't it? And kind of switched it around a little bit. So I do like that. These are two stylistically specific classified versions of those characters. They're just done in a certain style. I'm assuming the same accent, the same artist. I don't know who did those. Has anyone been posting it online? I'm not, because sometimes this will happen when these kind of things start emerging. The artist will come out of the the woodwork kind of and be like, I did that, and then post like a little kind of blurb about what they did on it. But I do have a feeling that we'll probably see more of these, and these might be even on offer in the actual, they might come, I quite like a couple of these prints. I think they're quite nice. They might even have them at SDCC. They might have, or they might just have like this sort of artwork posted all over SDCC. Looks like AI art. I don't know. I don't think it's AI art, Stygian. I don't think it's AI. It's I really don't think it is, honestly. And we'll probably find out soon. With the because like I said, the artist usually comes out after the fact with these. I don't know. I'm not getting AI from it. I have to say that's one thing I'm not getting from it. Like I think you could probably argue everything sort of could be or looks like it to a degree, but I don't think it is like that. Like with AI, when I see the art for that AI does, there's always something like very clearly, obviously not right about it. And I don't think these have got that vibe to me. These are great, I think. I think these are really good, and I really like what they've done with them. I like the fact that you get all the details on that Regal Cobra Commander, and that what is effectively the original kind of Baroness design in the classified series without the gold kind of like extras. They don't you can't really see that intense purple hitting her hair, so it's probably kind of a mixture of both, sort of like just adding a bit of color in there for the Baroness to make the poster pop. It doesn't have to be specifically that first Baroness in all black, like all that, or it doesn't have to specifically be this is the website art version with the purple hair. I think it's just a play on that particular design, as with that Regal Cobra Commander. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There aren't any odd details with it. The details look like they've been specifically put there based on reference. Again, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that I don't think personally that it is AI. But we'll see. We'll definitely find out, I think, on that one. Stygian says, I hope this means a pilot para Baroness for the Haslab. If the leaked kind of, not leaked, but like the kind of, I suppose it was leaked, image that went up yesterday is anything to go by, we probably won't be getting a Baroness or a Cobra Commander. But if that was a sort of red herring kind of thing, or like a like a developmental sort of stage kind of ideas sort of board that's changed since, then it's possible we could end up with those kind of characters, Cobra Commander or Pilot Baroness or whatever. But I don't know. I look at that lineup and I think, it does. It feels like a lineup of figures that Hasbro would go ahead and do. The Paratrooper, the Ground Crew, and Raven. Even though I'm vehemently against Raven being in the Rattler kind of campaign, because, and the only reason I say this is because I think she just makes more sense for a Night Raven, which I don't think is off the table. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, anywho, so I think in that sense, it's a difficult one to kind of like. It's a difficult one, really, to kind of like make a speculative decision on, because we've got a little bit of information out there, haven't we, that we're not quite sure about, and we've got some kind of like hints that we'll find out is the answer, isn't it? And we'll find out really soon. It's like a week away. A week, well, it's like 8 days. Well, not even 8 days. Like it's like a week and a couple of hours away. Something they might have an AI prompt do rather than pay an illustrator. No, I get what you're saying. Um, but no, like again, if the art's good, I don't think we should just kind of default to it's that. I think that's also a bit of an issue, isn't it? And I don't see, this to me is not the slickness you get with AI. The slickness you get with AI is almost like a weirdly not human, non-human sort of vibe. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not going to say yes or no on that one, but I personally don't think it is. Um, Raven doesn't feel right. She doesn't feel right for the Rattler for me. Was Raven in any sub teams? No, Niximus Prime. Raven was simply a character that was in the. She's a Strato Viper in the Sunbow cartoon, who has appeared since as a Super 7 figure, and I don't think we've had her in any other capacity. I don't think we've had Raven with the club like a random O-ring figure or anything, have we? I will just quickly check, but I can't think off the top of my head. I can't recall one. The only Raven we've had is Steel Raven, and Steel Raven was dope. That was the 4-inch figure in the FSS from Extreme, right? Yeah, very cool. Anyway, no, anyway. So coming back to that, I'm not against Raven being in it. I will say, I'm not against. Like, I'd be happy to get her as a figure. I just feel like if they're going to do a Night Raven in the future, it would make more sense. And then it just kind of like falls a little weird to me. Like, it's like, oh, that, I don't know, doesn't make sense to me. Anywho, those are the teasers. I imagine we'll get more of these on the lead up to SDCC, maybe one or two more. What is it today? It's Wednesday today. I could see them doing another one before the end of the week. I could see them doing one early next week. Yeah, and then maybe even one the night before, but we'll see, won't we? I wonder as well if I'll also say something I didn't add into the news for today, but we'll talk about it while we're here. Is the fact that a German Amazon listing showed up. This is a couple of days ago as well. I'm just very slow on this kind of stuff. I also should have posted about it, but I just couldn't be bothered. Basically, a German Amazon listing has appeared that could be, well, it is for a G.I. Joe Transformers or a collab, isn't it? It's for a collaborative Hasbro collaborative. And it's very likely we could be seeing in that listing the Triple T, because obviously they hinted about it on the last live event. It's been a long time in coming, even though we've known about it for a long time. The listing was leaked a while back. The Sarge has been showing it off at conventions, which is hilarious to me. So I think the collaborative Triple T that is Cup with Leatherneck and the Sarge O-ring figures, I expect that particular reveal next week as well. But yeah, MOBA Optimus Prime sounds cool. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, that will be the next one along. So that will be the way they release them, probably next year. But yeah, that's a bit further along the MOBA Optimus Prime, isn't it? That's another listing that leaked at the time of the Triple T listing. Yeah, and for those that don't know, that listing states that it is a Mobat Optimus Prime with General Hawk O-ring. Anyway, yeah, so that is yeah, Brother Malachi. I think they've done it on purpose. Well, honestly, it's the design of the figure, isn't it? The Baroness figure's got those glasses as well with the little snake corners. What is the M logo next to the Baroness head? Mars Industries Lunchbox Killer 805. I'm also a Lunchbox Killer, but yes, the M logo next to the Baroness is Mars Industries, and it says at the bottom right hand corner Mars Industries Funding Committee, which is fun. What if every tier is a hooded Cobra Commander in a different color? Blue, black, crimson, rainbow, vac metal, chrome, mauve. I like that, Ryan. I like that a lot. Yeah, that would be a twist, wouldn't it? I think that's going to be the thing that I think that's going to be one of those ongoing things that everyone's always like, yep, looks like we're getting a Cobra Commander hooded, and then it never appears ever. It was quite funny that very recently there were people kind of stating we've got listings information and it says it's going to be a hooded Cobra Commander, and it was a chrome helmet Cobra Commander. It's like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't stated anywhere that there was a hood involved. But this is the thing, isn't it? It's like if you mention that, it gets a lot of traction, and if you say that out loud, a lot of people just kind of like, just dive on it basically. Anyway, it would be cool if you got classified Transformers crossover for Haslab. Triple C says that would be crazy. I'd love that. Like imagine a transforming Hiss tank. Imagine they did the Megatron, but in the in the Haslab Hiss tank. My goodness, it would have to be like, I think you could get away with maybe doing like a Hound Jeep. That would be like, or a Hound, well, not a Vamp, but a Hound Vamp would be what you would do, wouldn't you? But like, you might have to do for a Haslab, because we've already got a Vamp. Or maybe you could just do a transforming Vamp that transforms into Hound. That would be pretty cool, actually. Damn, this Rattler would have to turn into oh god, Powerglide. I always forget his name for some reason. I loved Powerglide as a kid. I loved all those little mini cons, like the Powerglide Warpath, Cosmos. I loved all those figures. They were so much fun. Yeah, like Gears and Brawn, and so good. Yeah, it would be Viper, Rachel. Yes, it would be Viper that this particular one transformed in. But if they were going to do a Haslab that transformed into, yeah, they've got the tooling sort of. They just have to kind of break it up a bit. Yeah, like they just have to do this one easy thing. No, that would be an absolute ball ache to get that to transform. O-ring Haslab Transformer General. Oh, I like that pass. So it's like an O-ring scale. I think something massive would be great, like Metroplex, like HQ. That would be freaking wild, wouldn't it? Because you could make it bigger. Like you could make the HQ a little bigger. Even though I will say this, the tactical battle platform would look more like Metroplex, wouldn't it? In transformation, because obviously the shape, the colors, the kind of details, way more Metroplex, the tactical battle platform. But the HQ would be fun. You could do like a proper big HQ for the O-ring and have it transform into Metroplex. It'd be so sweet. Oh my god. Anyway, I like the fact that we're still getting collaboratives for G.I. Joe. I think it's great they keep churning them out, honestly. I have Megatron and Bumblebee. I don't have Thunder Machine. I need to get that Soundwave Thunder Machine at some point. But yeah, that, and this Triple T. Oh, I can't wait for the Triple T. Anyway, I've gone way off track here. Let's talk SDCC details next, and we'll switch to my screen share here. And we're on Toy News International. And so, like I said, a shout out to Toy News International for posting this article. Made my life a lot easier when I read through it. So Hasbro returns to 2024 San Diego Comic-Con International with unforgettable product showcases and brand experiences in a new immersive space. Fan favorite brands, including Transformers, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, G.I. Joe, and Beyblade, join premier collaboration brands of Star Wars and Marvel from the Walt Disney Company. It's a bit harsh to separate them all out like that, isn't it? To be featured with signings, new products, experiences, programming, giveaways, and more at Hasbro booth 3213. Convention exclusives and additional limited products will be available to purchase at the booth as part of the Hasbro Pulse Toy Store. First ever Hasbro San Diego Comic-Con fan stream will bring fans everywhere front row with talent interviews, panel recaps, product reveals, franchise and design discussions, and more. Hasbro, a leading toy and game company, announces an incredible lineup for this year's San Diego Comic-Con International. Fan favorite brands. I've read all this basically already. I just literally read all of this. The Hasbro booth design has been updated to better engage fans and create a more immersive space. Hasbro Pulse Toy Store, you have to read that as well. It's just worded the same. It's worded differently. It's the same thing, worded differently. I don't need to read all that. It's this stuff that's important. So, the booth, a physical manifestation of HasbroPulse.com, where the world's biggest brands interact and play. This hub is a place for all levels of fandom where fans can visit, explore, experience, and engage with the hottest Hasbro products. Fan favorite characters and gigantic photo opportunities. What gigantic? What does that mean? Comes to life in an immersive space created with the best of all worlds. Connected as one universe under the Hasbro banner, Arcade 1-Up will also showcase their Marvel vs. Capcom 2 X-Men 97 Edition Deluxe arcade machine in the Hasbro booth and the Infinity Game Board in the Hasbro streaming studio. The board includes an ever-expanding library of games, including Hasbro games. Cool. Fans can stop by the booth to pick up unique Hasbro pins. 2 different pins are given out each day. Hasbro Pulse Toy Store. Physical product purchases return at Hasbro's booth, offering the very best selection of toys and collectibles, including convention exclusives. First to market, well, you got Cobra Commander in there, obviously. First to market, which is the Marvel Legends series Death's Head. That's pretty fun, actually. I might have to break my rule of classified only for that Death's Head, because I do have all the Death's Heads so far, for obvious reasons. And yeah, so what we're saying, attendees can request a time slot to purchase Hasbro products at the Hasbro booth at the Hasbro Pulse Toy Store through the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives portal. Limited quantities will be available to order on HasbroPulse.com after the convention, while supplies last, which will be about 13 seconds, I'd imagine. Yeah, anything else in there, G.I. Joe? No. This is interesting. There's a lot, these little extra things that I wanted to talk about with you guys. The Hasbro booth will feature an experiential area that will include fan engagement opportunities and fun activities featuring fan favorite Hasbro brands. This includes demos from RoboSen and up-close product opportunities with Beyblade and the Transformers One Power Flip Optimus Prime. In addition, fans can create their own custom G.I. Joe file card and get airbrush tattoos of Hasbro brand logos to showcase their fandom. God, I want to be there so bad just for that. I want the file card and I want a tattoo. How funny would it if it was like, yeah, it's an airbrush, and then like it's actually a permanent tattoo. They just don't tell you. You're like, that's a bit painful for an airbrush. Oh, now I've literally, I'm a dreadnought now. Cool. Schedules will be published daily on Hasbro San Diego Comic-Con Monitor and on Hasbro Pulse socials. Cool. Hasbro Pulse Fan Streaming Studio. This is another interesting one. For the first time ever, Hasbro will be giving fans a front row seat to all the Hasbro Sdcc action with exclusive video streaming from the booth, hosted by Toy Hunters Jordan Hembrough. I know Jordan. And available for fans 18 plus on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel. Studio content will feature interviews, panel recaps, product reveals, franchise and design discussions, and more. Fans can expect interviews and appearances by Arif S. Kinchin, Jazz, and Frank Tadaro, Starscream. Transformers G1 40th anniversary voice actors Robert Kirkman. Sorry, Robert Kirkman isn't a voice actor for the 40th anniversary of Transformers, right? Comic book writer, screenwriter, producer, and chairman of Skybound Entertainment. Sorry, that's separated it by saying the name, then what they do, and that threw me. My apologies. Mark Rosewater, head of design for Magic the Gathering, and Sergeant Slaughter, G.I. Joe icon, and more. So it's cool that all that's happening. Hasbro brand and partner panels. Attendees are invited to learn more about Hasbro's Transformers, G.I. Joe brands, and Magic the Gathering's Mark Rosewater and Dungeons & Dragons with premier collaboration brands Star Wars and Marvel through special panel experiences featuring new product reveals and major updates, along with other partner presentations. Then we've got the breakdown of all the panels. Obviously, we've got the G.I. Joe situation, which we've all seen already. I don't need to read that again, really, do I? But I will point out, behind-the-scenes looks will also feature additional new product news, including never-before-heard stories, digital character renders, in-hand figure prototypes, pre-order launches, and maybe even a special guest, probably the Sarge, I guess, on that one. It does say join the development team for a live launch of the new classified series Haslab, so maybe it goes live at 5. Yeah, I like saying that. It's weird they've got that live stream at 11 in the morning, though. I was assuming that it was going to be the live stream would reveal the order situation for the Haslab, and then at 5 you'd have the after effects of all that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it sounds to me like they might go live at 5. I don't know, it might just be like a slightly incorrect wording on that, or I might be reading it incorrectly. Either way, we don't know. I just expect it to go up at 11, and if not, it'll go up at 5. That would be my answer to that conundrum. And then the next one that I'm kind of, I mean, obviously they're all really cool. We've got Marvel Legends, we've got Star Wars, we've got Transformers, we've got Power Rangers on Friday. But also on Friday, we have at 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Transformers and GI Joe: The Energon Universe is here. So they'll be talking Void GI Joe Transformers Void Rivals, Skybound. Kirkman will be there. Daniel Warren Johnson from on the Transformers book will be there. And he has done stuff on G.I. Joe, I think, hasn't he, as well? Joshua Williamson will be there, Duke, Cobra Commander, etc., etc. Tom Riley, artist on Duke. Sean Makovitz, the SVP and publisher for Skybound. They'll be doing the panel, and apparently they're going to be revealing some cool stuff, I would hope. And probably some upcoming, maybe drop some like sexy upcoming, what do you call it? Not what do you call them? Like spin-offs is what I'm getting at. Character spin-off issues. And of course, they'll probably be discussing G.I. Joe 1, which will be coming soon as well, won't it? So they'll probably get into some of the details on that first G.I. Joe, their own Energon Universe G.I. Joe issue, which I can't wait for that ongoing. I'm telling you that now. And that's pretty much it. And then on Saturday, we have Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering panel. And then on Sunday, Dungeons and Dragons again, and Beyblade pop-up event, and Super Seven's Dungeons and Dragons 50th anniversary pop-up event, which is pretty cool as well. So they aren't doing Joe this time. They're doing a pop-up Dungeons and Dragons, but they will have, obviously, G.I. Joe stuff. We've seen their G.I. Joe exclusives. There you have it. And there's an image of Hasbro and San Diego Comic-Con at the same time. So for those who are going, are you excited for these kind of things? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you're not going, what are you most upset about missing out on? Because for me, stupidly, out of all of that stuff, because I know obviously like seeing things in hand is really cool, and like seeing stuff like, you know, on the show floor that, you know, they've just been revealed and stuff. Obviously, that's really cool because you get like close up action of it. But the weirdest thing for me is that I really want to be involved in the file card situation and the tattoo and the pins. Those little like cute things you pick up at a show. That's what I'm sad I'm going to miss out on. I might send Emily a message. Hey, could you just put a couple of things aside? Could you make me a custom file card, please? Anyway, she'll probably say no, but I'm going to ask anyway. What are you what are you excited for most? I think probably a lot of you guys are very probably going to want to see the Haslab, I'm sure. What are we saying? Could you imagine a 2-pack of Transformers Shockwave versus G.I. Joe Shockwave? That would be amazing, Brother Malachi. Viper Scout got me a Joe TF Combiner, Silver Mirage, Streetwise, Ram Groove, Locust Blades, Recon Sled First Aid, and Havoc Hotspot. Really good character vehicle combinations you got going on there. I think a Havoc would be really cool, even if it's a higher price point. Just do a Havoc and have it. Hotspot would be cool. But I think Havoc would work really well with like Magnus, possibly even Prime. Prime could be a Havoc. But like I like the thought of, you know, the kind of the fact that it opens up and a vehicle comes out the back feels very Ultra Magnus to me. But then again, it's very Prime as well, isn't it? I mean, Roller, for example. Anyway, anywho, an experiential arena of sport. Actually, Jamie Lynn, that does sound a little bit like that, and that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Yeah, good night, brother. I hope you feel better. No, I don't know what you're having painkillers for, so yeah, feel better, man. 5 seems a bit late to me. Yes, Nictimus, 5 on their coast. It's going to be 8 o'clock on the East Coast. How am I supposed to react to that news in time? Because there's going to be news coming out of that 100%, and then images. I might just leave it to the next day and then do a reaction to it the next day, because we're obviously going to have to do some sort of live. Maybe I'll just do it live. Live? No, that doesn't make sense because we want to watch the video. So this is the thing, like Phil's going to be streaming it as well on the Articulated Points YouTube channel. And since they hit 1,000 subs, yay, it means they don't have that restriction of who can tune in and watch live now. So everybody should be able to get in on that without any issues, which is great. Oh, hey, James. You've changed your handle. No worries. A Punk with Toys. Hello. Josh says, guys, I will be in a small press table, 012, sorry, and will be available for commissions. I would love to draw some G.I. Joe classified commissions for you. That's awesome. Thank you, Josh. Everyone who is going, don't worry about the shameless self-promotion, Josh. It's fine. Go find Josh at like I said, press table 012 and get some commissions. That'd be fun as well. That'd be awesome. Yeah, go check him out. Go check out Josh. File card I just got on. I will watch from beginning. Oh, yeah. Don't worry, Eben. I'm not saying anything groundbreaking necessarily. We just read through the details for SDCC. There's a few things that popped up that I wasn't aware of initially, and it was kind of fun and awesome to see. There's some really cool stuff in store for G.I. Joe fans. Was the IG Baroness promo specifically for Haslab or just an SDCC promo? Could we see IG Baroness reveal? Yes, we can go back to that if you want. So this particular thing was a reveal for the Haslab, as it says in the bottom right-hand corner, Mars Industries Funding Committee, and then gives the dates for the campaign, the 45-day campaign. So it's clearly these are Haslab, teasers. Now, the other thing I will state on there, because there's something I just kind of failed to even mention, is the fact that on the actual post it says the following. Although this is just fun wordplay, in my opinion. Destro, darling. Your plans are always so riveting, right? Rosie the Riveter. Perfect. I can't wait to see what you have in store for us. So this is like effectively this this teaser is the Baroness, if you will, be for a moment the Baroness, be in her mindset. She's discussing with Destro that she's excited about the plans that he has in store, the Rattler, let's face it, and she can't wait to see, what it's going to be. Or what it's going to be like, what it's going to look like based on, obviously she's only seen very early design concepts. But that's effectively what's going on here. So it's very specifically to do with the Haslab itself, which is the main it's the main deal for SDCC for Joe. But I say that, but there's going to be a lot of other stuff going on. It's going to be a big SDCC, is it not? There's going to be, by all accounts, it looks very likely that we'll see Road Pig and his pit bull. It looks very likely that we'll see Raptor. We'll have Once a Man Cobra Commander. We'll have the Haslab. We'll have probably other kind of renders, name only reveals, all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be big. I don't think there's going to be like a 4-figure wave reveal because we just had that last month. And they don't tend to do that. It's usually like, your deluxes, your figure and pets, those kind of things that you get. But it's going to be pretty hefty still. Chris, when is Devilfish with wetsuit coming? Blink twice if will be revealed soon. No sign of a Devilfish or a wetsuit, Stygian, believe it or not. And I am getting to the point where I'm like, both either have to happen at some point. They're just definitely on the cards. You just don't really know when. I certainly don't. Perfect. Thanks for that, Chris. No worries, Liquid Identity. What was your question, Liquid Identity, that I answered perfectly? Because the promo. Got it. Cool. Prime Day deals on Joe's, Airborne, Techno Viper, and Torch 1999. Thank you, Shelf Presents. Go nuts, people. Yes, a massive G.I. Joe showing, indeed. Stygian says, Dreadnought Bat, come on, Lenny and team, please, y'all. Yeah, indeed. Ice Mikey, you clearly didn't hear the news yesterday then of Road Pig. Yeah, Road Pig. It was someone who a wholesaler is technically the term, was able to order two figures. One was Road Pig and his animal companion, which was revealed on the video as a pit bull, and the other was Deluxe Raptor, which we know of those. We know of them. And we've been talking about them for a while, but he revealed the extra bit of information. And if you were wondering, the price point on Raptor looks to be $34.99, so a standard deluxe figure for Raptor. Okay, I say standard deluxe. We've seen Snow Job, Snow Serpent, Tripwire. I mean, anything but standard when you think about it. But like that is the standard, isn't it? For that price point, ridiculous amounts of cool stuff. And as far as we know at this moment in time, Starduster is still the PulseCon exclusive. That was all the information from that video that we could ascertain. That Pitbull is going to be sick, says Detective Dirty. We'll have to take him to the vet then. No, he absolutely will be. Didn't hear. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you got some information out of today that was like, interesting, new, fun. There you go. It's weird Road Pig is going to come with the artist Pitbull. Could you imagine if it was Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide? That would be amazing. Just the head sculpt of Pitbull on a dog body. Greatest of them all, Raptor, finally. I know, I can't wait for Raptor. New York Knight 1974 says, nope, I refuse to buy any more classified figures until I get confirmation of the whale or shuttle complex. You ain't going to be buying classified forever, probably, but that's funny. I like that. That's a good comment. Jason Todd says, odd question, and apology if it was talked about. I've seen speculation that the stream Thursday morning will launch the Haslab. Does that hold water? Well, it's speculative, isn't it? We don't know. Considering the Sdcc blurb says that the live reveal is going to be at Sdcc, it seems, but it seems weird they're doing a live stream on the same day. So I think the live stream in the morning probably would reveal. I mean, every single one has come out at like 11, hasn't it? So far in the morning, and then has been open from that point onwards. So I would almost assume that Thursday morning will launch the Haslab at 11 a.m. That's what I would assume. Until it gets there and it happens, we don't know. But it's likely that it will. Jason is the answer to that. It's not an odd question, really. I think it's well within our rights to assume that they launch at the live stream at 11 a.m. because they've done it, like I said, pretty much forevsies with those. They've always dropped at like 11, I think, haven't they? I'm sure they have. I remember because I've been at work for both of those. So yeah, it was 11 o'clock. Do you know if High Toys going ever release more Joes? I recently got the Storm Shadow. It's amazing. Yeah, the two figures they revealed the two figures they've delivered of the 21 they've revealed are really good. I think I've just added another number. I think it is 21. Devilfish gives you at least a Cobra version and Tiger Force. Yes, it does, Stygian. Facina Dos Joes. Hello. Chris, thinking on Haslab Rattler, which will be the price point guess? I don't know. I want to believe that they're going to try and keep it within their sort of like Haslab price point parameters, which at the most was $299.99. I wouldn't be totally surprised, but I would be really happy if it's at $299.99. And with the fact that it's probably going to be a bit bigger and a bit more intense, it's obviously going to be bigger, isn't it? It's going to be huge. But that said, I still think they might be able to like get away with it at $299.99 with higher back account. We'll see anyway, won't we? I don't know. I'd like it obviously to be 300 or just in and around that. A lot of people are saying 350, but I can't see that. Really can't see that. That's a high jump. And again, it's not like I wouldn't jump on it, But like at the same time, I feel like that's, and again, I could be wrong. It could be blooming. It could be it could be 400. Could you imagine? Oh, it's 500 because it's a one-to-one size replica and you can fly it. Oh, okay, cool. Actually, that would be well worth it for $400, wouldn't it? If you got in it and flew it around. But no, I think yeah, hard to say on that one. We'll know soon, is all I'll say on that. Can you imagine the size of the shuttle complex? Yeah, it would be bonkers. It would be a house. Yeah. Live stream will probably be new figure pictures and name drops. Isn't there a panel later in the day? Yeah, the panel's at 5 in the evening, but they're doing a live stream. I think it's going to be all the pre-recorded video, the chat about it, the launch and all that stuff. It'll probably be in the morning. It'll probably be that 11 a.m. one. And if it isn't, then we just have to wait till 5 for them to do the panel. It could be that they do, you know, they reveal, like, so the live stream could be in the morning, and this is absolutely possible. A couple of the figures, like the deluxe figures, some of the figures that, you know, that they're going to drop, like maybe Raptor, maybe Road Pig and Animal Companion, maybe something else, right? Maybe throw some other things in there. Maybe a 2-pack of blooming whip snakes. Who knows? Maybe they'll do that, right? And then have name onlys and a couple of renders and stuff to show off on the video. And then at the end, they'll tease, like, excuse me, they'll do another teaser and they'll say, now, you know, wait till 5 o'clock when we reveal, you know, yada, yada, yada. And we'll be going live with the launch, whatever, for the Haslab. And then they'll do like a cute little, what's the word? Like a teaser at the end of the video. And then that's the live stream done. And then later in the day, we get the panel, and that's where everything kicks off. Maybe. That's like putting like a little marketing hat on. How would that work if that was the process, right? Alternatively, the 11 o'clock fan stream could be the Haslab launch, right? And then everything else, including the new figures they're going to be kind of showing off, and pre-orders and Cobra Commander and all that kind of stuff, all gets done in the panel at Sdcc. And obviously we get to see the model or whatever. I don't know. Whatever makes sense, but at the same time, we don't know until it happens. So there you go. What time did Ghost Haslab launch? I don't remember. Really don't remember. I'm just thinking. I'm only thinking from the G.I. Joe side of things. Real question: has it been long enough since the His Tank Haslab to get a repaint? Yes, Stygian. Arctic for me, please. Hire will be at Sdcc. Wicked. Everyone can ask them directly. Where are the other figures? But also tell them how good Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are, because they are good figures. Pretty sure the Haslab is pre-recorded. Yep, I think it is usually. Wouldn't it be funny if it were the Terradrome? Yeah, I can't see that, Jay, honestly. Will the Joes have any representation at New York Comic Con? I don't think so. They not that I'm aware of. I don't think that's on the list this year, but we'll see, I guess, won't we? M Price thinks 32999 for the price. Nice one. I think that's a possibility. The number 2 to start the price would make me feel better than even 301. Yeah, totally. I think it will be no higher than 325. Yeah, same. BMAC also posted this on Instagram with different wordplay. It says help Cobra dominate the skies. Thank you, Eben. So I think that gives us a, I mean, is anyone not aware right now that it's going to be the Rattler? It would be something if Lenny and the crew throw us a curveball and it's a totally different G.I. Joe vehicle, says King 8. Actually, that would be hilarious. If it was the Buzzbore, it's just like a super massive Buzzbore for 12-inch figures for 3-0. That would be hilarious. Imagine the boiling of piss would be dramatic. Baroness Barbie House Haslab. Well, Chuckles Barbie House, actually. Chuckles is way more Ken than Baroness's Barbie, I'll have you know. So it would be Ken's Dream House, but Chuckles' Dream House. By the way, Doc may be 2024 classified figure of the year so far, says Stygian. Can't wait to get him in hand. He looks great. Oh, last year they had an independent stage within the Hasbro booth that they live streamed certain things and had signings, etc. Yes, thank you, Long Online. That was in addition to having a conference call meeting. Cool. Digital renders of Road Pig and Raptor, absolutely. Or they'll just have the figures out because they'll be available and promo images and stuff. I'm still hoping Whip Snakes of the Royal Guard set male and female. Officina Dust Joes, that would be incredible. Stephen Chase says, "What did I miss? Did Hardball get a name drop yet?" No. Well, now he has, Stephen. You haven't missed much. We're just talking about this Haslab teaser, and then of course the details of SDCC, which some nice little GI Joe additions in there that I wanted to go over with everybody, having read it today on TNI. That's all. 24 hours after the likely Rattler announcement, we must all campaign as fans for the Moray to be made next. Blitz, it would be 2026 technically, wouldn't it? Because it's Cobra Joe. So next year, they could get that Tiger Force Moray, though, couldn't they? That would be dope. Or the Night Force one as well. That would be even cooler. But either way, I think the Moray would have to be a Cobra one for the skip year. But I think the Moray is definitely one that could be done and done phenomenally. I hope they bring out the Fang. Yeah, the Fang would be cool. The Fang would be really cool, Mark. I know it's most likely a Rattler Haslab, but all hints could be a Raven as well. Johnny, I don't know. I just don't think so. We'll see, won't we? Agree on this announcement split. Chris Haslab release on SDCC for the local public won't be as large audience enough. Neither are massive marketing videos. Yeah, okay. Your guess is 29999 with 11k to fund is my guess, says Eben. I keep thinking it's Python Conquest. I don't think so. That would be amazing, but that would be like a weird misstep on there. Like that'd be nice for like a few people, but I don't think it would be the one. I think if you're going to do a conquest, you do a conquest. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you do that for the Joes, maybe like next year or the 2 years after that. But yeah, Haslab Fang 2. I like it, Rachel. If it ended up being the Night Raven, I'd laugh and be excited. I don't think they want to trick us, though. No, I don't think so. Anyway, I'm actually going to bring it to a close now because I'm knackered and it's getting close to my bedtime anyway. And I've still done 47 or so minutes. So there you go. I'll do the last few comments and then we'll call it a day if that's all right with everyone. I would prefer a Night Raven, but honestly, whatever we get will be amazing, and I don't have room for either aircraft, says Josh. Amazing. 80s Toy Boy says next year is Joe and maybe a water vehicle, so whale. I don't know. I mean, a whale would be phenomenal, wouldn't it? I'm not against any of this, by the way. I try and put that like Hasbro hat on sometimes and go like, what would they think? Next year, I want a Conquest or a Thunderwing, says Rachel. I'd love a Conquest, genuinely. It would be nice to get given a choice on the next Haslab, like a fan vote thing. Country Gentleman. Yes, I think that would be actually not a bad idea to do because it would almost it would give them the best option, wouldn't it? Really, I don't know. That might be a good thing to do if they get a bit stuck. Honestly, what we're saying. You guys are going to plot if it's the Cobra Condor. Yeah, that would be amazing as well, but also hilarious as a twist. 279, same price as the Dragonfly. Oh, that would be kind of 27499. It wasn't it? Yeah, but I think it's probably going to be at the higher end. I think it will probably be closer to like the Hiss Tank. I think if they can do it for 29999, I'm happy because again, you've got to be realistic as well. Tomahawk next year. Oh, Tomahawk would be it. Like I've said in the past, if they did the Tomahawk or Eagle Hawk, as they probably call it, I would 100%. That'd be it. I'd be like, get that, happy, and then I'd be buried with it because that would be it. Game over. Life ain't getting any better than that. Yeah. Cobra Mothership might be a bit large. Lunchbox Killer. We've kind of been through that route, haven't we, with Super 7, which was, again, I still think that's a shame it didn't make it. But it was a little bit too big too soon. I think having seen what their plans are for O-rings, as in all of us have seen, I'm not saying like I'm privy to anything. What I mean is, having seen their plans from Joe Fest on their O-ring stuff, and probably going to see more when it comes to SDCC, then I think, given the timing, a Cobra mothership probably would do better outside of a classified Haslab. Here lies Chris and his G.I. Joe vehicles. Just the one. It would just be I'd just be inside the Tomahawk. And like, read into that how you will. Tactical battle platform would be another game changer for me, but I can't. I would rather. I genuinely would love an updated, much larger scale O-ring tactical battle platform. I think that would be phenomenal. And this is my idea, my plan for a tactical battle platform for O-ring, right? So if you imagine it would become a 2-level situation, right? So the first level would be kind of like semi-submerged, so you'd get that sort of like submarine or shark port that you often see in like a lot of these kind of like James Bond movies, or even Rise of Cobra, actually, where they kind of pull into that submarine port kind of thing. But you know what I mean? Like, so underneath there'd be like railings and a walkway, and then like a little space to get onto a vehicle that's submerged, that's in water, sort of thing, right? And that would be kind of like where the shark pulls in and just hangs out. Maybe there could be a thing that comes down and you could hook it to a shark, and kind of like pull it out of the water, so they could work on it and stuff. That would be dope. So that would be the underneath sort of thing, and then obviously you'd have the leg platforms and some other kind of cool stuff. And not only that, but it would be one of those things that you could hide away by changing the height of the tactical battle platform. So the platform would drop down, and that section would be sort of like hidden away, so it was more kind of compact. But then would open up if a sub came in to port, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? I think that'd be really cool. Now, this isn't classified, by the way. I will specify. I'm talking O-ring. So in terms of the scale, the tactical battle platform is very small. It's like this big. I think people don't realize how small it is, because as a kid, everything seemed massive. But no, it isn't very big. And I think like making a big version of it is well within the remit of a Haslab for O-ring, right? If that ever was a thing again. So I think doing something like that would be really cool. You could have the legs could be longer, so you could really get some height on them and get them into like deeper water. Or this is another cool thing I'd have a flotation ring that it could lock into, so that it could like literally float on the water as well, without like if it was like a pool or something. So you'd have, if you remember, I think it was in the it was in our annual. It was on one of our Action Force annuals, but it was the reprint of the issue where they set up the tactical battle platform, with the dragonflies kind of taking it out into the water. It's the Cobra Island creation, that storyline. But that always kind of, I was always kind of like besotted with the tactical battle platform, because it was just so insanely detailed and fun, and loads of little cool little areas, and the computer section, the helipad. And that's the other thing. For the other stuff, I'd make all that I'd update all that. So that little section down the right hand side, like as you look at it from the front, down the back at the right, where you've got the little kind of steps down into that little section with the kind of like the hook on the winch, and the rifle rack and all that kind of stuff. I would 100% have all that kind of like updated, maybe even like a little roof over it. I'd have the helipad kind of out there, but then like a section where there's a covered way that they could walk underneath it as well. And then going into the computer room, I'd give them a roof finally, and then you could take that off and obviously play around with the figures and what have you, but then put the roof back on of that section. It would just be so cool. Extendable bridge at the front, weapons stations, and I'd make them like proper cool as well. I think it would be really fun. Honestly, it'd be so much fun. So I've missed a lot of comments. Don't forget the like button, everybody. Thank you, Same Time Toys. Just got home from the kids' baseball game, about to go out to work, and distracted by Chris. Sorry, Step Stories. I'm very good at that. There was a 3D printed tactical battle platform at Joe Fest. It looked great and was not that large, really. Was that a classified version, TK Storm? I don't think I saw that. Or did I see that? Did I see a picture of that and actually wet myself a little bit because it looked really cool? I need to have a look through those pictures again. Was it a classified one or was it a O-ring one? Let me know in the comments, please. Metroplex to Joe base, I think the color scheme is an almost perfect match. Well, Metroplex to tactical battle platform would be a perfect color match, Steps Toys. But yeah, the HQ I think would be wicked for Metroplex. So good. And you can make a proper big one as well. A proper big one. That's the classified. My goodness, TK Storm. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to have a look at the images again from Joe Fest just to see if I can see it again. I'm pretty sure I did see it, but I didn't clock it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think if you're getting O-ring anything, I think it's probably going to be a collaborative crossover for Hasbro. And if it's coming out of Super 7, if they do really well with it, then you might see, play sets and what have you. Anyway, what did I say about about 20 minutes ago? I'm going to bring this to a close. Right. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. I will be back with more news, I would imagine. We've got, I've got to squeeze out Let's Talk Classified Footloose, Kitty said. I'm aiming to do that on Sunday. So I'm going to try really hard to get that all prepped and done so that on Sunday I can actually do that episode and hopefully, get ahead of any possible Footloose render they might show off next week. Anyway, lots of exciting things to come. Next week's going to be insanity pants. I mean, in fact, tomorrow there will be news or there won't be news. That'll be one of the things, wouldn't it? Either I'm going to be talking about Night Force Falcon and Heart Wrencher tomorrow, or I'm probably not going to be talking about anything. So that'll be a thing, won't it? So tomorrow, keep an eye out on Walmart.com for their CollectorCon sneak preview event. And we should see, if anything, if they do any G.I. Joe stuff, we should see Night Force Heart Wrencher 2-pack. If we don't, then carry that over to the next event. Okay, cool. Right then, possibly see you tomorrow, might not. Either way, have a great rest of your evening. Stay fresh, cheese bags. And as always, after 3, you know what to do. 1, 2, 3. Full force. Bye. That's it for this instalment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on X, formerly Twitter, @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page, facebook.com/TheFullForce. We've also added a brand new Instagram, so check us out there as well, @TheFullForce Podcast, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on any of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce Podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.